Hi Chris here, how are you doing? Welcome to another unboxing of another MediaTek phone, and this time it's the UMI Touch. So why I like this phone and decided to actually review it is because it's a phone that's 150 US and it comes with Android 6 out of the box, and it's got some reasonably good specs. It's got a MediaTek 6753, which is, well, you could say kind of low end to mid-range octa-core. It has 4G, 150 megabits per second maximum speeds there, 3 gigabytes of RAM, dual SIM, and a large 4000 milliamp hour battery in it. 16 gigabyte ROM, and it also has a 13 megapixel camera, which is a Sony IMX 328 sensor, 1080p screen with 2.5D glass. So there's quite good specs, I think, for that price range, especially when you're considering it that it's well, 150 US at the moment, and the price could even drop down further later on as the months go by. So I picked this one up here from banggood.com, and you can see they use their typical packaging, and it's taken quite a knock. I've just gone around and cut the box just to open it up. Hopefully it's not damaged. I haven't even had a look at it yet, but I can see it's had quite a whack there. So I'm just hoping it's not damaged. Okay, so here's the box. Just got UMI written on the front there, link to the world. And on the back, just outlines all of those specs there that I've basically just already covered. Alright, so you can see that this is the white version, of course. Let's put the phone there and show you what we have in the box. So it looks like we're going to have a SIM tool. There we go, the usual, and just a little warranty card in there. And have a look what else is included. I'm not too sure if they include headphones, but if they're going to be, oh no, not this box. Here is the charger, quite a small little charger here, and you can see that it's rated to only 1 amp, 5 volts 1 amp, so quite a low powered one, that one. I was expecting at least 2 amps, so it doesn't look like we're going to have any fast charging or anything like that, but I probably wouldn't actually expect that anyway for the price range of this budget mobile phone. And we have a micro USB cable there for data and charging. Nothing else, no headset or anything is included. Again, that will be due to the 150 US price range. So let's get the plastic wrap off it and have a look. So it comes with a pre-installed screen protector, and normally if that happens, I tend to believe that this doesn't have Gorilla Glass 3 on there. Probably just a normal type of glass that they are using. You can see right here at the front we have our fingerprint sensor, ambient light sensor, proximity sensor, and there is actually a front facing flash too, which is something you don't normally see. The front facing camera is a Hynix 5 megapixel, and you see here that the build is all metal around the outside, and it actually feels quite solid, good in hand there. On the back here we have a loudspeaker. I can see there's just one in the grill there. A UMI logo, dual LED flash, and that 13 megapixel camera. On the bottom we have the microphone and our micro USB port there. And on the side, right hand side, power and the volume up and down, and on the top finally we have the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack there. So it feels quite solid, the build of it. I've just noticed that, and I can see some imperfections along here with the finish, just with the metal there. You can see tiny little marks along there, so I mean it's not perfect. And we do have right here on the side, that is our dual SIM tray. Now I do have a SIM tool here with me, and just have a quick look at that. it's one of those hybrid trays. So you'll be able to use a micro SIM, 2 micro SIMs I think it is, and oh, I can barely get it open. 2 micro SIMs and then a micro SD card if needed. There we go. So you can see here that 2 micro SIMs go that way, and if you go to insert a micro SD card, then you put that in lengthwise, I think it is, fit in there. So let's power it up, and hopefully there is some battery in there. There should be a little bit at least. When normally they come out from the factory with some charge in them. And the screen, by the way, is a 5.5-inch 1080p screen, so it should be reasonably good. And I can see already that it doesn't seem to be that bad. It looks quite sharp. So a little Android guy, there is the boot animation. Right, and looks to have quite a stock ROM there. And no bloatware whatsoever, which is good to see. FM radio, that is part of the hardware of the MediaTek 6753 does actually have the hardware FM tuner, which is good. We don't always get that on a lot of phones. And nice to see that there. So just quickly have a look at the settings. We know it is Android 6, but let's see if it's maybe 6.1. No, it's just Android 6.0 there. And then we can see that CPU information is actually stating it's clocked a little higher than I thought. 1.5 gigahertz. I thought it was only clocked to 1.3. But we'll have to check that later on when I run through my full review and benchmarks, and also test out GPS, the camera, everything, see how that runs. So Play Store, of course, is definitely there. File Manager, camera. Let's quickly look into the camera here. It looks to be using a standard stock Android camera app as well, almost. And a few settings here. We have anti-flicker, anti-shake, voice capture. It doesn't have optical image stabilization at all, this. So, and no anti-shake, that must just be a digital image stabilization, I think, just for the photos. Picture size 21 pixels, 21 megapixels. Well, that's not right. It's only got a 13 megapixel sensor. It's interesting they state that. Okay, they have got electronic image stabilization there. It can be enabled. Noise reduction in the video mode. Video quality high. It goes up to fine. That's, I think, just basically changing the resolution. So fine would be 1080p. And we do have a couple of little LEDs behind the back button and the menu button right there. So fingerprint sensor, see if I can find that in the settings here. Okay, that is under security, fingerprint. Okay, you need to put a pin in first. Standard. Okay, each time I'm scanning my finger, it's just a small vibration. I probably need to do this about 10 times. I wasn't actually counting that, but I think it was about 20 times. Let's see how that works. If I lock the screen, it just unlocks. There we go. Once I've keyed that pin number in, that actually unlocks really good. Quite fast too. Definitely better than the Ulefone Power fingerprint reader that I had a lot of trouble with. That is definitely working really well. Oh, didn't actually work just then. Okay, so I will get this mobile phone set up with all my benchmarking applications on it, and I'll be using it for a week or so, and I will be back with a full review. So if you are interested in seeing my UMI Touch review, then check back in the channel in a week or so and keep an eye on the playlist there. I'll have a video. Also test out some games on this, of course, to see how well it performs. And hopefully this isn't going to be a bad phone for the 150 price tag there. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you soon.